The apostles were more than followers. They were pillars of the Christian faith, tireless messengers who spread the teachings of Jesus throughout the world. These 12 men, chosen and commissioned by Jesus himself, played a pivotal role in laying the foundation for what would become one of the world's largest religions. Today, we're going to explore the lives and legacies of these extraordinary individuals. Stay tuned until the end as we delve into their stories. You won't want to miss this. Fact 1. Fishermen and common workers. Let's start with the humble beginnings of many of Jesus' apostles. Most of them were ordinary working men, not religious scholars or influential figures. The most prominent example is Peter, also known as Simon, who along with his brother Andrew, James, and John, were all fishermen by trade. This background is significant because it shows that Jesus' mission was open to all, regardless of social status or profession. It was about faith, not about one's occupation. The fact that fishermen were chosen also reflects the importance of the common people in the birth and growth of Christianity. It was meant for everyone, not just the elite. Fact 2. Peter, the impulsive leader. Peter, one of Jesus' closest disciples, is a fascinating character in the New Testament. Known for his impulsiveness and strong personality, Peter often acted first and asked questions later. A prime example of this is when Jesus announced that he would be arrested and crucified. Peter reacted by vehemently protesting, saying this would never happen to Jesus. Despite being a leader in the early church, Peter was not perfect. In fact, he famously denied knowing Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed, as predicted by Jesus. This impulsive and emotional nature also led him to be the first apostle to confess Jesus as the Christ, the Son of the living God, a moment recorded in Matthew 16:16. Peter's journey from impulsive fisherman to a man who boldly proclaims his faith in Jesus is nothing short of remarkable. His unwavering commitment and eventual leadership in the early church make him an iconic figure in Christian history. Fact 3. John, the Apostle of Love. John, one of Jesus' 12 apostles, holds a unique place in Christian tradition. Known as the Apostle of Love, John is recognized for his deep relationship with Jesus and his writings, which emphasize love as the central force of Christian faith. Interestingly, John was one of the 3 apostles, along with Peter and James, who were closest to Jesus during his ministry. He is believed to be the author of the Gospel of John, chapters 1 through 21, and 3 epistles, 1 John, 2 John, and 3 John, as well as Revelation. These writings reflect his deep understanding of Jesus' teachings and his emphasis on love. For instance, in his first epistle, he famously wrote, "We love because he first loved us." This quote encapsulates John's theology, which places love at the core of the Christian experience. Love for God and love for neighbor are presented as the key expressions of faith. Fact 4. Matthew, the former tax collector. Matthew, also known as Levi, was a tax collector working for the Roman Empire. At the time, this was an unpopular job as tax collectors were seen as collaborators with the occupying force and were often despised by the general population, especially the Jews. Matthew's inclusion among Jesus' 12 apostles is particularly noteworthy because it challenges the perception of who can be a part of God's kingdom. It shows that Jesus reached out to people from all walks of life, not just the religiously devout. In fact, Matthew's story illustrates the transformative power of Jesus' message. When Jesus called him, Matthew immediately left his job and followed him. This decision signifies a rejection of the ways of the world for a life dedicated to faith. Matthew's unique background also gave him a different perspective within the group of apostles. His experience as a tax collector, though initially viewed negatively, could have provided a valuable lens through which to understand the complexities of the socio-economic landscape of his time. His story is a testament to the idea that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. Fact 5. Thomas, the faithful skeptic. Thomas, also known as Didymus Thomas, is one of the 12 apostles of Jesus. He is best known for his initial skepticism towards the belief that Jesus had risen from the dead. In John 20:24, Thomas is quoted as saying, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my finger where the nails were, I will not believe." This famous statement has earned him the nickname Doubting Thomas. However, his story doesn't end there. After seeing the resurrected Jesus, Thomas had a profound change of heart. In the same chapter, he makes one of the most powerful statements in the New Testament, exclaiming, "My Lord and my God." This declaration shows the depth of his transformation from doubt to unwavering faith. Thomas's story is a reminder that it's okay to have doubts, but it's also important to remain open to the truth. His journey from skepticism to profound faith is a testament to the power of personal experience and the strength of the human spirit to overcome disbelief and embrace the divine. Fact 6. Andrew, the quiet evangelist. Andrew, the brother of Peter, is often overshadowed by his more prominent sibling in the narratives of Jesus' first disciples. While not as boisterous as Peter, Andrew's role in the early Christian community was equally important. Known as one of the original 4 apostles, along with Peter, John, and James, Andrew was instrumental in bringing his brother Peter and others to Jesus. His quiet but impactful presence is evident in the way he introduced people to Jesus, showing that he was not only a follower of Jesus, but also a diligent recruiter for the growing movement. As we learn more about Andrew's life and work, we gain a deeper appreciation for his contributions to the foundation of Christianity. His life serves as a reminder that great faith doesn't always make the loudest noise, but can be found in the quietest of hearts, paving the way for countless souls to find their way to Jesus. Fact 7. James the Greater, the first martyr. James, also known as James the Greater, was one of the 12 apostles of Jesus. He was the son of Alphaeus and the brother of Jesus' friend John. Unlike some of his fellow apostles who were fishermen, James was a taxpayer, suggesting a connection to commerce and possibly indicating a certain level of wealth. This background may have given him a different perspective and set of experiences that contributed to the group's dynamic. James was the first of the 12 apostles to be killed for his faith. His death, along with those of other early Christians, is a stark reminder of the brutal reality faced by those who chose to follow Jesus in the first-century Roman Empire. James's martyrdom occurred in Jerusalem, a significant location in both Jewish and Christian history. This event not only marked a tragic loss for the fledgling Christian community, but also served as an early example of the persecution faced by believers. Despite the violence and hatred they encountered, the apostles, including James, continued to spread Jesus' teachings, demonstrating extraordinary courage and commitment to their faith. James's legacy as the first martyr continues to inspire Christians around the world. His sacrifice symbolizes the immense cost of faith, and his bravery remains a guiding light for those who face persecution for their beliefs. Fact 8. Judas Iscariot, the complex traitor. Judas Iscariot infamously holds the title of the apostle who betrayed Jesus. His name has become synonymous with treachery and deceit in Christian tradition. Yet looking beyond his infamous act of betrayal, Judas's story presents a complex web of motivations, emotions, and consequences. Judas's actions, detailed in all 4 Gospels, are depicted as the catalyst for Jesus' crucifixion. He handed Jesus over to the authorities for a mere 30 pieces of silver. However, the narrative surrounding Judas goes beyond this single act. His internal struggle is hinted at in verses such as John 12:6, where he is described as the son of perdition. This suggests a possible internal conflict within Judas, hinting at a struggle between good and evil that may have been taking place in his heart. His internal conflict and ultimate betrayal raise questions about free will versus destiny. Was Judas's path predetermined, or did he choose his fate? And if so, what drove him to such an extreme decision? The story of Judas also touches upon themes of regret and redemption. Even after betraying Jesus, He showed remorse, returning the money and confessing his sin. But his attempt at redemption was cut short when he took his own life. Judas's tale is a somber reminder of the depths of human frailty, the allure of temptation, and the enduring struggle between good and evil. It challenges us to examine our own internal battles and consider the consequences of our choices, no matter how small they may seem. Fact 9. Missionary Apostles. After the resurrection of Jesus and his ascension into heaven, the apostles embarked on a mission to spread the message of Christianity across various regions. Their missionary journeys took them to diverse and distant lands, from India to Spain, carrying the teachings of Jesus to new audiences. This missionary zeal was a testament to their unwavering faith and commitment to Jesus' final commission to go and make disciples of all nations. Their journeys were not without challenges. The apostles faced numerous obstacles and hardships as they traversed unfamiliar territories, often encountering resistance and persecution. Yet they persevered, driven by their belief in the importance of sharing the gospel. Their missionary work led to the establishment of early Christian communities in areas that had not previously heard the message of Jesus. These communities became the foundations for what would later grow into major centers of Christianity. The apostles' missionary zeal and dedication played a vital role in the rapid spread of Christianity in the first few centuries of its existence. Their journeys serve as an inspiration to Christians throughout history, exemplifying the transformative power of faith and the courage it takes to be a messenger of the divine. Fact 10. Martyrdom and Legacy. The majority of the apostles died a violent and brutal death, facing persecution and hatred for their unwavering commitment to Jesus and the rising Christian faith. Their martyrdom serves as a powerful testament to the strength of their convictions. In the face of adversity, each apostle chose to remain faithful, even when it meant sacrificing their lives. Their legacy, however, extends far beyond their martyrdom. Through their lives and teachings, the apostles laid the foundation for the Christian church. They traveled, preached, and established communities, spreading Jesus' message to every corner they reached. Their efforts resulted in the conversion of countless individuals and the growth of a movement that would eventually transform the course of human history. The apostles' impact is immeasurable. Their work paved the way for future generations of Christians, and their teachings continue to inspire and guide billions worldwide. Their stories remind us that faith can move mountains, that courage is a virtue to be admired, and that the pursuit of justice and equality is a worthy cause to stand up for, no matter the cost. The life and deaths of the apostles remain a source of inspiration and strength for those who follow in their footsteps today.